Silence so moving.
Are you sure we're allowed to use this? This might be a copyright infringement.
On which we used to rely.
Oh, that's right.
Lucky there's the Orange Men Pod.
I forgot you had a whole song.
Lucky there's two men who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. We are the Orange Men Pod. All right, welcome everybody. Happy Saturday evening to you all.
What's up, everybody out there?
It's been a long time since we saw you last. Hey, I didn't tell you. Trump's getting ready to hit the stage in Ohio.
Yeah, so we're gonna comment as we're going on
here.
here.
Yeah, we're kind of looking over there. But what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Ah, shit.
Well, the last time we
Hey,
spoke,
when that happens.
oh man, I feel like I can't hear myself again. But
I hear you perfectly. Hold on.
yeah, just mine though.
Oh,
All I hear is myself talking through myself. Sorry.
can you
Hello?
hear?
No.
Yeah, that's better.
Not for me. In my head.
You want it in your head?
Yeah.
I can turn it up in your head.
Do that. In my headphones.
Hello.
You turned it down.
Oh, that's all I got. That's all I can put in your head.
That sounds weird. All right, whatever.
I hear you. You're great.
I know,
Remember
but
you were bitching last time?
I
And
know, but I can't hear myself. I feel like.
Oh, you got something important to say?
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's better. Is that too loud in your head?
Wow. All the voices are too loud in my head.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a little loud, but I'll deal with it because I can at least hear myself. Yes. So we got Trump talking now at the rally in Ohio. But Dave, since the last time we spoke, you wanted to get one more follower on Rumble.
I know. We ended up with 100 more. Right?
Well, it was like 75.
Wait a minute. No. 231 I wanted to get to.
Yeah, we're at like 318. So people, thank you out there.
All right. Whatever.
We lost 2 because we probably didn't put out any new content last week. So they're like, what the hell? These
It's
guys.
probably my lousy attitude.
But yeah, so I mean that blew up. We had one video last week. I mean, thank you everybody out there in Rumble that's watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you you subscribe, like, and share with your friends and your brothers out there, your sisters, your like-minded individuals of the same of all our videos, not just the one. And the one that blew up was taking back our country. So if you haven't yet seen it, or time to take back our country, if you haven't yet seen it, check it out. It is a doozy.
Is it? The good one?
It blew up. So I mean, obviously a lot of people liked it. So we appreciate everybody out there that watched it. Try to watch us all. Try to watch them all. Thank you for the support.
I like the graffiti in the background.
And definitely, checking out our page. So what's up new with you?
Oh, I went on and created another YouTube, as Joe Biden would say.
You snuck on?
I created another YouTube channel. Did you really? Don't tell anyone.
Okay, nobody's gonna know because we're whispering.
I gave them the money.
Who?
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
That dude's insane.
We'll see what happens.
All right, so
I don't know, man. So much shit has happened since the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to freak this
we had the whole summits and everything else, and then Kamala was at the border this week, but she was in El Paso, which is like 1,000.
Let me just tell you, she was nowhere
1,000
near
miles
the border.
away from the border.
Nowhere near it.
Everybody was tweeting her like, "You should have just went to Europe."
Yeah.
You would have seen the same situation there. But yeah, I mean, it's been a while, 2 weeks. Like you said, since you were working your ass off last week night, so we kind of had a setback. But we're here now.
How about my hat?
I like it. I like the darked out, dirty, blacked out Trump 2024, even though I think it's later this year, 2021. But you could always unstitch some of that.
So what's your thought process that you think it's going to be later this year? What do you think could possibly happen?
Well, I just think...
Because the only way you're going to get Biden out of there is with the military.
Well, I think with all these audits that are going on, and the problem is that, and we've talked about. I mean, you have the TV, the big screen on the wall, or your phone, and whoever you're watching or paying attention to, they're the ones that are telling you like, this is all conspiracy, this is all fake, it's not real. There's no validity to the information that's coming out, and it's like, no, just because you keep saying it and telling everybody that doesn't mean it's the truth. Like I saw Brian Seltzer talking about the insurrection of January 6th, because all this new information keeps coming out of like, hey, this, and this, and it's like FBI agents are now involved, and we know this, and you know what I mean? Like, well, who's the people? Like, again, we know you guys are the government's involved in all this. So once this stuff, getting back to the election stuff, once these audits and stuff, I think it comes out. I think they're trying to finalize by the end of this week before 4th of July. So once that comes out with Arizona, the Maricopa stuff, and with those audits, and I think they said that there's another 1 million ballots across the rest of the state, which, I mean, as big as Arizona is. So I think there was like 2.1 ballots they counted.
2.1 million?
Yeah, 2.1 million ballots they counted in Maricopa County right now. And it's all done. Now we're just going to wait for the evidence. And then you have all these other states, and you have, like, everybody's panicking with Georgia and Pennsylvania now popping up because they're trying to count certain things. There's a reason why 31 states visited Arizona for the Maricopa audits. 31 states. It's not because they were like, hey, let's just go by and show our not every one of those states are gonna do it. But from what I understand, I mean, we briefly talked about it, was Arizona hasn't been a blue state since like 1946 or something like that. It's voted red ever since. They're an open carry state. They're Second Amendment state. They're a border state. You know what I mean? There's all these issues. They have drug problems. They're in the drug funnel of where the drugs go from into America. Why would they want all these dumbass policies that Joe Biden's trying to enact? It doesn't make sense.
All right. Well, did you see CNN turn on Bill Maher?
Nah, they turned on.
Oh my God! It was...
Well, he's been a little woke to our side, or at least our some of the situations, like, because he's been calling out some of the things lately, and everybody's like,
well, yeah, I mean, he's calling out wokeness, period.
Well, no, I know that, but like, there's a couple of things where everybody's like, what is this guy? Is he playing both sides now? I think that's what it is a little bit.
No,
but he's definitely still on the left.
Yeah, he's definitely a liberal, but he's not.
Well, what were they calling him out for?
Being, saying this woke stuff. It's enough.
Well, it is.
It's enough. It's too much.
Well, it's exactly what we've talked about before, where like a minority of the people is what they're pushing. Like, they're trying to appease a minority of the people with the media and everything like that, when the majority of the people aren't into this stuff, like the critical race theory and all the racism and all this propaganda that you're pushing, that nobody really cares that much about it. Like the Asian hate stuff, you know what I mean? Like we talked about, like, who's really doing it? It's not the white supremacists. It's not that. You have the media telling everybody, oh, it's this, and this.
It's funny, the white supremacy movement wishes they had that much influence. They're just a bunch of idiots.
If they did,
they're very small, and they're.
Well, it's the same thing with the Ku Klux Klan anymore. Like, it's a small group of, maybe in some small towns, in certain situations, in certain areas, you got a group, but what's it, 20 dudes? You know what I mean? That get together at the local Elks Club and
assholes.
Throw their hoods on.
You know what I wanted to talk about?
What's up?
Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, go ahead. But it took Father's Day away from us. Did you notice that?
No, what did they call it? Non-binary.
No. Well, they turned, so Juneteenth was that Saturday.
Yeah.
Which then turned into, well, it's Juneteenth Day and no longer Father's Day. So it's like.
No, Father's Day was Sunday.
I know, but they gave the weekend basically because they signed that bill on a Friday or whatever, Thursday.
They gave the weekend to Juneteenth, and then like. And the typical fathers used to get the whole weekend. Now they just got one.
Yeah, it's Mother's Day weekend. Now it's just Father's Day hour. Hey, did you get the barbecue started? Because you got to cook your own meal tonight.
Well, I find it.
Right,
I mean, if you get an opportunity to listen to Candace Owens about Juneteenth, mean, you need to look her up and listen to that, because it's But she's right on the money.
But what was she saying?
Well, I guess
In a
the Democratic Party has been
paraphrasing.
destroying
Yes.
the black community for a half a century.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and pass this Juneteenth as an appeasement. Just
Yeah.
they've been crushing you, taking the father out of the family.
Yep.
They've been aborting all your children.
Yep.
They've been holding you down, oppressing you, keeping you on welfare,
Yeah.
telling you that you can't get along on your own, that you need them.
Yep.
And then they throw a little Juneteenth at you,
But in the
try to make you feel good.
Well, what does that do? You're not getting anything from
Well,
it.
of course not. But
just
hey, I can celebrate Juneteenth now.
Yeah,
It's a disgrace what they're doing. And I think people need to wake up to it. And I think most people have. It's just that these talking heads, the liberal media, I don't understand why they latch on to these Marxist, communist rhetoric. I don't know how any organization in this country is doing that, like Facebook and CNN and
because they don't want to get called
Twitter.
out on the bullshit.
Yeah, but why? But you really hate America that much?
No, they're just trying to. That was terrible.
I mean,
no,
that's-
they're just trying
that's
to.
the
They're just
narrative.
trying to. But again, it's a minority of the people. I'm not saying that the African American community is the minority of the people, but it's a minority of the people that actually care. Like, you have a lot of hardworking individuals, regardless of any color, race, or creed, so to speak, or religion, that get up every day, go to work, and do their thing, and they don't care about this nonsense that they're trying to push at us. Like, oh, you should care about this. You should care. I'm worried about paying my bills, keeping my family fed. I don't give a shit about some dumb made-up holiday like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff, all this stuff that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of your day-to-day life. Because it's not going to get you where you need to be. And like you were saying, like, we've talked, ever since we started this podcast, we've been talking about how the inner cities and there's certain communities within those inner cities are run by the same type of people. Who are they? The Democrats, the liberal Democrats. And they're all in bad shape. And where does the federal funds for those cities go? Every city's getting money. What are they doing with the money? Where's it going? And like Candace Owens is saying, like, it's the truth. And they don't care. They're not worried about you. And I know we brought up before with the taking the fathers out of the homes with the, like I said, the one guys I listened to in Texas, the one guy was talking about how, you were getting, if you wanted housing, being a mother with a couple of kids, is the dad around? Yeah, he is. All right, well, if you want a house or housing, apartment, he's not around, right? I guess not. So, like you said, you're taking the father out of the situation, and then you're raising, you're trying to raise these kids within the inner cities without a father around, and they're just getting more kids.
I gotta go shoot one into the sink.
Is that where Father's Day goes?
Right down the sink.
Right. So yeah, it's been a wild week with Joe and Kamala, and just, all this stuff in general. I know, did you happen to catch? You don't watch the Steve Bannon show, right? War Room Pandemic. No. You should watch that on Rumble. It's pretty good. He's good, but he had Peter Navarro in, who's like a personal attorney to Trump, and a doctor who was going after Fauci. He hates Fauci now. Like he did then, but. He was going after Fauci back in like early January last year.
Who likes Fauci?
I don't know, and it's amazing to me that, like, the science. I guess the science likes Fauci. The Chinese like Fauci.
Well, we're gonna circle back to Fauci, but I wanted to play this.
The Democrats definitely like Fauci. Go ahead, rip it.
Own them, and I might add, the Second Amendment from the day it was passed limited the type of people who could own a gun. What type of weapon you could own. You couldn't buy a cannon. Those who say the blood of patriots, and all the stuff about how we're going to have to move against the government. Well, the tree of liberty is not water with the blood of patriots. What's happened is that there never been, if you wanted to think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons. The point is that there's always been the ability to rationally limit the type of weapon that can be owned and who can own it. The last time we had owned them, and I might add, the Second Amendment from the day it
You're
was
good at
passed
restarting.
limited the what type of weapon you could own.
Well, if I wanted to buy a cannon, I could have bought a cannon.
Back in the day,
Yeah, it was worthless. What good's a cannon going to do you back in the day when there was cannons? Wait, stay there for a minute.
I don't have an automatic cannon.
Before you come into my house, let me load this cannonball. Weighs about 50 pounds. I need help. Well, hold on a second. Don't rob me. I got to get my wife to help me throw the cannonball down the...
And I think there too, like
cannon.
So I think then, like, kind of what he's getting at there, like, you didn't have to have a license to have a firearm back then, but now you do. It's basically essentially a tax. I mean, you've gotten your carry conceal license. You have all the other stuff. It's basically just another way to tax the people. You know what I mean? Like, it goes back to the state or the government somewhere along the line.
It's $35.
No, I know. Yeah, it's $35 for you, but it's also $35 times how many million of people? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. It seems like everybody's rushing to get their guns now.
Well, that's my point. So it's basically a tax. It's a tax. It's not like you can just know who's not paying the $35 for the registration or the license to carry?
Who?
The criminals. Because you know why? They don't care about your laws. They don't care about your gun laws. And
Who cares? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
I put it up on our YouTube or Instagram channel. Like, so Trump said we should send in the National Guard to clean out some of these cities when the rioting was going on, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's crazy. That's insane. All last summer, that's all you heard. That's nuts. This guy's a tyrant, a dictator. He's literally Hitler. This dude says you need F-15s and nuclear bombs to take on the government. It's not like if you were to drop a nuclear bomb here, it would just kill us. It would kill everybody within however many radius of this small little house. So everybody's
It's
like,
not that small.
no, I'm just saying of this
Are you
area.
crazy?
Of this area. If you were to drop a nuclear bomb here, everybody's like, well, yeah, he's right. How the fuck is this? Like, nobody calls this shit besides our side. But nobody even on the left's like, maybe you shouldn't have said drop a nuclear bomb. There's a lot of collateral damage. You know what I mean? People are still up in arms because all these people died with the MOVE movement in Philly. Because of the collateral damage that happened. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to drop a nuclear bomb on some
They didn't drop a bomb on that house, by the way.
they didn't drop a bomb from a helicopter in that house?
No.
Looked like that's what it was.
Yeah, it looked like it, but that's not what it was.
Oh, it wasn't?
They were just trying to smoke them out. It wasn't supposed to catch fire.
You sound like the ATF dude from Waco.
Oh, wait a minute. That was a little different.
Listen, if you don't believe that the government has any means to kill you because you're talking shit about them, you're crazy.
I have something to tell you. I'm
Look-
not quite sure how to say this. I'm fed.
Look back at all the political leaders within any community once they started speaking up or speaking out. Look at the rappers that spoke up or spoke out.
They got killed?
Come on, man. No doubt. No, what?
You mean Tupac?
Ah, man.
As a government hit, you think?
I don't doubt it, actually.
Nah.
That's a whole nother conspiracy podcast.
How come that never came up?
Well, listen, the guy was on the side, and then it was the same thing as Martin Luther King Jr. Once his voice started getting too big and people started listening, and he started like, you know what, this guy's not anti-cop anymore, and the government's doing bad things to the black community and this, that, and the other, and it's like, all right, take him out.
No.
Same thing with, we talked about it briefly with Malcolm X. The guy was, at one point they loved him because the Muslims, they loved what his action. He was for forceful, force, and he was the opposite of Martin Luther King. And then once he started waking up and he started preaching about the white liberal, this, that, and the other thing, there was like, well, we gotta get rid of him too. You know what I mean? There's always an action. Once you start speaking up again about the government, they're gonna come after you. You can only do so much. You'll help them when you're fighting for your cause, or
How come Trump's still alive?
Listen, we talked about it. I'm sure there's been plenty of attempts. He has a good group of people. He's got the highest. He's got better than special or Secret Service around him. He's got dudes you don't even know. But the thing with Joe Biden there, what I don't understand is how it's just like we talked like so you went from muskets and cannons to
Nuclear bombs.
No. Well, I mean, people can get a rifle. It's not
Yeah, but basically what he's saying is, well, if you're going to go, the Second Amendment is to give you the ability to stand up against your government.
yeah, but also
Right?
protect your family or
Well, this is
if
what
five
he's, but
people
this is
break in
what
your
he's
house, you
saying.
can't have a baseball bat
Or
if
a
they're-
cannon.
or a cannon if five people attack your home with their own rifles because they don't care about your gun laws. Listen, drug laws are pretty extensive too. You know what? People still do drugs. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be out murdering people when yet people get murdered on the streets in all these cities.
Yeah, no one cares. But and I don't care either anymore. I'm done. I'm done caring. Nobody else cares. I don't care. You want to shoot yourselves? Go ahead, have at it.
Well, I'm not saying that, but
It's
but they don't. Your gun laws don't matter in these places. So you're trying to limit and affect the people that are actually law-abiding citizens and law-abiding
Yeah,
gun owners.
But the point he's making is,
I know what he's making.
What?
Is that you might have your AR-15, but you don't have an F-15
No,
or an
That's
F-22
not what he's making.
or an F-22 Raptor.
it's not the point he's making.
What's he making?
Because you'll never have enough weapons
To
or the
take out the
scope
government?
to take out the government. You don't need any at all.
I mean, I guess when you say it that way, you're right. Because I'll just drop a nuke, and a nuke's not going to matter.
Whatever weapon you have ain't gonna matter.
Ain't
So
gonna
you
matter
don't
if
need
you-
any. So if I take all your guns and all your weapons from you, ain't gonna matter because you ain't gonna be able to do nothing
Well,
when the government really comes in. So what they want to do is that first of all, they don't care about illegal weapons.
I know they don't.
They don't care about black people killing black people. They
know.
could give a rat's ass about that.
Persons of color. But yeah, I got you.
All right, however you want to see it, but it's black people killing black people, and nobody cares.
Well, nobody's really giving a shit about the persons of color killing the Puerto Rican family, mother and father, last week, after the parade last weekend.
Didn't fit the narrative.
It was on Juneteenth, so I guess it's acceptable.
It didn't fit the narrative. The narrative is it's white supremacy.
Well, it wasn't, and it's not, and I agree with you.
So they're coming for them. So unless we do something in 2021, 2022 midterms.
Well, you gotta. That's the one thing you gotta watch with these rallies starting up, and even like Trump's statements. You gotta watch who is he endorsing, who's he pushing. Because if for some reason, let's say there was to be an obscure, offhanded election in like late August or September, pay attention to what he's saying and what he's pushing and who he's pushing. Trump doesn't necessarily need to be president now anyway. He could be like, listen, I'll just be the dude behind the scenes. But this guy would make a good president. I think that's the way it would go. Or could go.
What are you talking about?
What are you saying?
You're not going to get rid of Biden. It's not going to.
He's already gone. He just doesn't even know it.
Yeah, but he's going to be there till 2024.
No.
The job is just the goal right now is just to make him a lame duck
Oh, he's already a lame duck.
in 2022 by taking back the House and the Senate,
Well,
and we will.
He's already a lame duck. What else we got?
I don't know. He's getting a lot of shit done. That
What's he getting done?
you know what he's getting done.
He's getting done a lot of fucking problems.
You
Inflation.
want me inside you?
Inflation's cool. I'm good with it. What else? Higher gas prices. All right. Grocery bills. He's getting that done.
Yeah.
They've gone up. All right.
High crime rates and at every category.
Every category.
Rapes even up.
Right. Border crossings up. Drugs.
Illegal border crossings.
Oh yeah, illegal border crossings. Not just dudes crossing
No.
the ports of entry. Like, hey, I'm coming in.
Coming through.
Coming through. Right. Illegal border crossings on the Rio Grande. We should just go be the raftsmen on the Rio Grande. We could probably make a lot of money. What do you think?
Yeah.
We could take over for the
Well,
Coyotes.
who do these Democrats think they're making happy by? Do they think they're actually going to have these people voting for them?
I don't know. That's the whole point. That's what like we're saying. Like
People come here not for more socialism. They come here to escape socialism.
Yeah, and then you're turning like, well, they're just happy. They just want those people here to go, here, we're gonna help you out with this, this, and this, and then in turn you're gonna vote for us. Which is hence the reason why there's so much hatred and anger towards all these new voting laws that are coming up with all these states. With like, what's it, Merrick Garland, the new Attorney General. You had friggin' Chuck Schumer. I think I sent you that. Like,
Oh my God, he's out of control.
where he's
this
like,
guy.
the black people can't vote on Sundays because they're at church. Is everything? Why is everything race with the Democrats? Everything is a race. Everything is race.
Well, because it works. For
And
them.
everything is always. So you mean to tell me they can't vote anytime early? And it's always early voting. It's not just the day. They can't vote, or you can't early vote anytime before Sunday. Sunday's the only day that they can vote because that's the only day. But they can't vote because they're having the religious ceremonies for 12 hours that day. But they can't go. All right.
They got their goddamn vaccine.
Yeah, they all figured out how to do that. Get an ID for that because you need to have an ID to prove like, hey, are you Dave Ostrowski?
Nope.
Sure I am.
Nope.
Are you?
No.
So Chuck Schumer's sitting there going, well, you know, the African American community can't vote on Sundays because they're in church. Well,
No.
what about everybody else? Is nobody else in church, or is it just the African American community?
Nobody else goes to church on Sunday.
But that's what I'm saying. So, but we're just gonna these Democrats, and I don't understand, like you're saying about Candace Owens. Like, when are people just gonna wake up?
You're a bad man. And you made me cry.
When are people just gonna wake up and go, hey, we're self-sufficient too. You know what I mean? We can do stuff. I don't need your help all the time.
Damn it. I dropped my phone in
Like,
the toilet.
when are
Damn
they gonna
it.
do that?
I dropped my phone
You
in the
gonna play this clip
it's
again?
so cold and it's under everything. Oh, it's so cold and it's
Why is it-
under everything.
I said double play.
Like hell I don't.
I just don't understand when the communities are gonna go, you know what? We don't need this government anymore to take care of us. I get it. Like we said, if you need to help, you need a hand up.
Not a handout.
But it shouldn't be a lifetime of service where the taxpayers are paying for you to just fucking live. It's not fair. I got my own problems. I shouldn't
Well,
have to.
let me just
I
tell you
shouldn't have to take care of yours.
It's not fair. Forget about us. It's not fair to them. It's not fair that they're not getting the opportunity to experience the American dream. It's not about us. It's not about us paying taxes. It's not about I'm offended because I'm taking care of somebody who's
offended,
not
but
working.
yeah.
But I feel bad for them because they're not having the opportunity to take advantage of all the glory and the beauty that is this country.
Well, they're being told they're being disenfranchised from an early age, which is like this. Getting back to the whole critical race theory thing,
They're
like,
being told they're held down by the white man, and
well,
they're-
just by
and they're
people
not.
in general. Like, and it's funny. Like the one video I saw was like this white woman was at this meeting of a school board, and she's like, she was talking about the critical race thing, and you know how it's like, you know, this and this, and she's like, don't we have a black mayor? Don't we have a black, you know, like top councilman? Like that stuff doesn't matter. So clearly you're not being held down. You're just trying to promote it as just like anything else. Like you can succeed if you choose to and work hard, like we've been talking about.
Hey! Stop it.
Or
Stop it.
you can just sit on your ass and hopefully the government pays for you. And then when the government stops paying you or doesn't pay you enough and you complaining, who are you going to blame? Me? You? Why? Because we're out working our asses off, trying to help provide for ourselves and our family, and then in turn, you're not getting enough from us.
Yeah, I know
because
you're a feminist, and I think that's adorable, but this is grown-up time, and I'm the man.
because the government's like, yeah, we're gonna have to cut some of your benefits. Well, this is a disgrace. Get the fuck up and get a job. Let's go. Come on.
All right, we're done. We got 30 seconds. Anybody you want to say hello or goodbye to?
Nah, we'll do it next time. Thanks, everybody.
All
Hit
right.
that Rumble link, like, subscribe, and share, and rumble up.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for listening.
It's okay to be American.
That's right.
All right.